Hello everyone and thanks for stopping by my channel. I am Serge T, and in this video I will be talking about AEW Dynamite for the 15th of May 2024. Now, we see already they're looking to hit hot and heavy, and hit hot and heavy, is that a word? Anyway, Mox opens the show and will tag with fellow Blackpool Combat Club member Bryan Danielson versus Don Callis family's Kyle Fletcher and a possible recruit in Jeff Cobb. And of course, it's a no-sell show. You see all the moves, everything that gets hit with them, they get hit with, and of course, they're going to kick out of it or they're going to just bounce back up and then deliver a move of their own. I mean, all this physicality and these motherfuckers still keep kicking out. Like, we get it, you're tough, we get it. Hit me with a Canadian Destroyer, I'll get back up, I'll bounce back up. I know. It's ridiculous. And in the end, we see, after Danielson hits a Psycho Knee on Jeff Cobb, it is followed up by a roundhouse by Danielson on Kyle Fletcher, and then Kyle Fletcher walks into a waiting Moxley who delivers a Death Rider. That suplex, brain buster looking thing, double underhook. And then the Blackpool Combat Club pick up the victory. And then they get attacked by the Don Callis family. Now, the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, he's about to walk down that aisle, but he's attacked by the House of Black. They take Copeland's wedding ring and they set him up in the corner. And O'Reilly comes to Copeland's aid and is taken out quick. And the house attacks Copeland in the corner, triple theme style. And that's how O'Reilly and Copeland are left, down and out. And then in a later segment, Malachi Black has Copeland's ring, and it is what represents all that is holding him back. Family, his wife, everything that he thinks is what he is about. And he gives him an ultimatum. He says if he beats Copeland in a barbed wire cage match, Copeland must bend the knee to the House of Black. And then not a second later, the graphic for the match is shown, and it's made official for Double or Nothing. You're going to see this quite a bit in this damn show, and it's just head-scratching. And then we get some news that the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, is apparently injured in New Japan, and is he the latest sacrifice by the Elite? And then backstage we see them, the Elite, and they talk of victims of theirs. We have Tony Khan and Kenny Omega, and now Eddie Kingston. Now, will Anarchy in the Arena be 4-on-3? Now, what's going to happen, right? And then tonight, Okada defends his Continental Championship against Dax Harwood of FTR. And in the end, he calls him a bitch. But then, FTR kind of answer back, and they may have a fourth man for Anarchy in the Arena. And then Dax Harwood has a word for Okada, and he may just be the EVP's bitch. You're not going to say what you say to two tough guys, two motherfuckers like Dax and Cash, and they're not going to answer back. Now, the tag champs have an eliminator tag team bout against Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. And of course, how else would this end but with a TK driver, and the Bucks pick up the win. As all these eliminator matches they end up like that every time. Why do I care? Why do any of you care about these matches? Seriously. Why do they keep having these? Every single time. And then the EVPs, while they're on stage and Christopher Daniels is in the ring, they fire Daniels. And this is a guy who is, he works behind the scenes. He's a talent in talent relations and backstage. He does a lot of stuff, a lot of producing and matches and things like that. And then I'm just like, whatever. Like, is he really anything on air? Do we really need to care about him? he's backstage where he needs to be, right? He's done his time. He's probably one of the guys that I admire when it comes to his talent and everything in that ring. But he's backstage now. And now they fired him. Like maybe they fired him from in ring, and now he's gonna be back for good. Now, this was said, right? And then I'm just thinking to myself, did the idiots in the audience honestly chant AEW after Matthew asked them for one? I don't know if he did, but it just sounded like it. And I'm like going, you guys were booing heavily the Bucks for what they did to Christopher Daniels. You turn around like sheep and you chant. Any chance you guys have a chant to chant, I'm going to take that chance. Oh, I want to be cool. Forget about the fact that you just booed the EVPs because they fired Christopher Daniels. And you want to turn around and like sheep, like I said, and then chant AEW. Can you guys knock that shit off? Seriously? Know when is the right and proper time to chant and to say that. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't give a fuck. But sometimes let's just get in. Let's get with the program and let's get with how it used to be. Not chanting because you want to be cool, but chanting because it made sense. But whatever, you guys are gonna do whatever you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. But don't, like I said in the past, don't think that I'm gonna put up with it or agree with it. Because it's a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me. You know, that's what made wrestling used fun before, because everybody knew when to chant, when to say something, when to cheer, when to boo. No, nowadays everybody's cool. It's like cool. I want to chant when I want what I want to chant. I want to boo whoever I want to boo and cheer whoever I want to cheer. Fine and dandy, but it doesn't mean that it makes any sense. That's what I'm saying. Now, Timeless Toni Storm will face Harley Cameron. And Storm claims that she's going to take her womb to the woodshed. She kind of lost me after that comment, but she is something else, ain't she? I just love Toni Storm. Her character is out of this. This just blows my mind, out of this world type of the way she came about it and the way she's doing it. Now she's kicking it. She's killing it in AEW when it comes to that character. And that's something that could definitely fit in WWE as well. If she ever leaves, brings that character over, who knows? But for now, she's in AEW and she is the reigning Women's World Champion. Now, Hook is in action. And Sebastian Wolf will taste defeat in short time. Really AEW a jobber for Hook. And then, of course, we see a T-bone suplex and a bunch of cross faces, just bearing down with those, elbows and those forearms. I guess you could call it forearms. And then he hits then he connects, cinches in the red rum. And this match is over in a minute, maybe even less than that. And then we see him rip the mic from Justin Roberts. And thank you, Hook, for that. And then Hook calls out Jericho. His gimmick is over and done. Enough of his disingenuous attitude of, hey guys, I'm happy to be here. And then he has Hook and others face off in a qualification match on Collision because Hook wants his title back. But Jericho is saying, nope, I want you on Collision. A bunch of other guys, whoever they are, you beat them and you got me. And then we see a double team beatdown on Hook. And that draws out Shibata, who takes out Big Bill. Now, the thing about it is that they talk about that, what do you call that thing that when a baby face just loses their ever-loving mind, Hook goes after Jericho. He hits him. I got this for you. Hits him with the mic. Somehow drew blood. I don't know how. Hit him on the top of the head, and then he pushes Jericho to the corner. Hello, dummy. Big Bill's behind you, and then he's trying to attack him. He goes around him and he tries to do that T-bone suplex or that suplex. Wasn't able to do it. Right? Jericho comes in, of course, with the thing, knocks him down. Then Shibata comes out. I don't know. He's smarter than that. And the thing I noticed about Hook is when he's mad and he was in that really just that zone, I saw Taz in him. I saw that, because sometimes I look at him, I go, he doesn't look like Taz. Maybe he takes after his mom, right? But I looked at that moment right there. He looks like Taz. He has the same beady eyes kind of look, and Taz is like this, and he's really, I saw that. I go, Man, there's Taz right there in his look. Looked like Taz right there. And I guess he's gonna have to bring that kind of intensity that his dad had into that match. First of all, that whatever it is, a triple threat, fatal four way, a collision, and then I don't know if it's gonna be on Double or Nothing. The the FTR or FTR, yeah, the FTR title, the FTW title. Who knows? Now, out comes the champ, the world champ Swerve Strickland, and he said that in that on Collision, the champ put down Bishop Khan and Toa Leona, and then tonight is Brian Cage, excuse me, the final nail in the coffin of the Mogul Embassy. Now, Swerve goes head to head with Cage in an eliminator match again with this match type. Yeah, like he wants to give Cage a possible shot at a future title match. Fucking stupid, man. That's just like it's like a damn a crutch in that Tony Khan has. Like he has to put these guys in these matches because that's the way I do it. He never goes outside of that. It's always like that, and it's like I fast forward these matches because they end up the same. I don't want to miss Swerve in action, but I did. And it's just like, why do I need to watch them? But it did catch the end. And how does it end? Swerve wins. He wins it, no shit. Right? A house call ends it. And I hope this is the end of the Mogul Embassy. Because there's no loss there with that group. And then, Nick Wayne comes in, unbeknownst to the champ. He low blows a distracted Swerve because Cage is up there with Mama Wayne. Kind of funny. Christian Cage comes out, and when there's a Brian Cage in the ring, isn't there another Cage there too? But they distracted Swerve, and then Killswitch comes in and hits him in the head, and then he's holding the champ, and then Nick Wayne with a portrait of Swerve and his wife and his daughter ends up clocking him with it, taking him out, and ends up making him bleed. And Christian's, the whole thing with Christian, again, kind of reiterating, but it does all go back to when Swerve attacked Nick at his gym. And in 2 weeks, Christian says that he's going to take his title. And I mean, we saw how he took the Mogul Embassy from him last week. And then this week, he took some blood. So he's taking things from him week to week. Love the build in this feud. Very, very good. And I like the one with Adam Copeland and House of Black. That's 2 feuds that I'm really interested in. Nothing else really. Now, backstage, we see Renee Paquette talks to Hook, and he doesn't mind taking on Shibata so that either will face Jericho because they're there, and Shibata has his translator. He's all talking about it doesn't matter who he faces. I want that shot at Jericho, and then Shibata has the translator and goes, "How about me?" And then he's all like, "Well, like I said, he doesn't mind either one of them ending up moving forward so that either one of them could take on Jericho and take him out." And Samoa Joe, the former champ, comes out and he's disappointed in Hook. He's just, pretty much telling him that you allowed Jericho to put you two in a situation where you're going to be against each other, and then your hopes is to move on to face Jericho. And it's just like Samoa Joe thought that Hook is more smarter than that. Remember the little bit of respect he got from him after that world title match they had? Kind of disappointed in him, and but Hook is looking to bring back kind of like the family heirloom, which is the FTW championship. Even Taz was saying that he was so disgusted by Cena because he never liked Jericho. He says that. And then says that him having that title is making him want to puke in his mouth and is swallowing it. One of the commentators, I think it was Tony Schiavone, said, "Well, that's a little bit too much information there, Taz." But I can understand. I can understand where he's coming from. Now, time is Tony Storm and Harley Cameron face off. And will Harley put Tony on timeout? And of course not. The champ will not lose in a non-title, match, especially against an up-and-comer. And I'm not surprised that, I'm not going to be surprised if she doesn't win. But the one thing I am surprised at is that this isn't an eliminator match. Why not, TK? How about you continue that being the damn repetitive robot that you are. Like, I'm just going to, my matches are going to just be the same every week. If there's a champion, I'm going to put a person against them in a non-title match, eliminator match, which they're not going to win. Why would the champion lose to someone who just is on the up, or someone who's not even in the top 5 if they still follow the damn rankings? I doubt that they fucking do, But let's go back to the match. And Harley took it to the champ. She did really good. I'm really impressed with what she can do. She's very, very good. She is. But it was a matter of time that Cameron fell to the Storm Zero and the victory for the Timeless One. And then Serena Deeb sometime during the match came out watching, and she's still looking on. And Toni Storm, she uttered some things to her, not too favorable, but we all know how she feels. And she says she was lucky. The backstage interview, it's one thing she said. She goes, I'm glad that Serena Deeb knocked me out because then I don't have to listen to her sob story. I mean, talk about making an excuse for, kind of making herself look better, that even though she got knocked out last week. Oh, there's a good thing that came out of it, is that I didn't have to listen to Serena Deeb's sob story. It's pretty funny, but kind of smart on her part, right? Kind of make us go, oh, okay, that makes sense. For some of you who think that makes sense, it's kind of weird to me, but, Toni Storm, she's kind of like, ooh, she's kind of loopy there, but we love her, don't we? Yeah, of course we do. Now, Will Ospreay, the International Championship challenger for Roderick Strong, addresses Roderick Strong and his disrespect for him. No matter where they were, whether it be ROH, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, other promotions, he never had any kind of respect for him. But Roddy tells her straight up that he knows who you are. In the ring, you're great, but outside, you're an asshole. Pretty much. Doing all that. Just addressing everything that's wrong, that he feels is wrong with Will Ospreay. And then, of course, at Double or Nothing, no shit, he intends to successfully defend his title, keep that title. Here's the thing I have questioned of. We saw Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, right? The champ, Roddy. We saw Wardlow. Where is Adam Cole? Adam Cole rose from the Phoenix, right? He kind of did that whole thing where, how those guys, those fake-ass churches, that they heal somebody and they rise up from the wheelchair? Wasn't that what he did last week or whatever, right? Gave a look to Wardlow, and as if to say, what the fuck are you doing here, Wardlow? You loser, right? And he's nowhere to be seen. Again, are you dropping the ball there again, TK? You start something, and then we don't see nothing the next week. How long is he going to be on the sidelines seating out? Another month? Maybe till after Double or Nothing? What is going on with you? Why is it that it seems like you just don't know how to book? You don't know how to follow up on the story. He could have at least been there. What's going on with that? And where is his girl there? Where is his better half, being Britt Baker? God, I guess her, business is picking up and is keeping her busy. Her being a dentist and all. She must have a lot of patients recently that she can't come and wrestle. Where's she been? I doubt she's been on what do you call it, on ROH. They're not going to do that to her. She's like their number one girl, one of their top stars. She ain't going to be saddled on, what do you call it? On ROH. Now, the contract signing for the TBS Championship match. And Excalibur says the one thing that is the problem with Mercedes and her run so far. That her title match is the first match of hers. Her in-ring debut match in AEW. Now, these two are ready for their upcoming match at Double or Nothing, and is this match worthy of a segment like this, a contract signing? This title is mid-card, is a mid-card one and mediocre at best, right? Now, she has respect for Mercedes and respect for the title that represents 50 years of this channel. Willow. This title didn't exist until about, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, right? Why is it that they're trying to make this, title more important than it is? I get it. I kind of respect the damn effort, but at the same time, this has nothing to do with the history of TBS. They're on the TBS network, on the fucking station. They made a title that says that. They said the same thing about the TNT title. You don't see them saying that the TNT title represents the history of decades long of TNT. What do they say? They just say that because of what's happening now with Christian and even Edge's and Adam Copeland is kind of bringing a little bit of respect to the title as well. You don't say that about the TBS title. This shit, man, I swear, this shit needs to stop. This title is not worth a damn in this industry. And this match may just be skippable on the pay-per-view. And then misaffected voice, all I am is this, and dancing, and the CEO chant. You know how pretentious it sounds whenever her theme song comes on? It's almost like, look at me, chant for me. Listen to the damn thing. That's what it comes off to me. And then she starts off, she goes, say hello to your CEO. And then no one responds, and they boo. I think her appeal may be waning, fading. And who cares what he has to say, right? I really don't. I skipped it because I don't care anymore. I don't want to hear her voice. I love Willow. I'd rather hear her. But even the nonsense they had her talk, that shit was what I call scripted. Her talking about the title representing 50 years of this channel that they're on. She wouldn't say that. I don't think she would say that. I hope she wouldn't say that on her own. I think Tony does give these guys some leeway, but I think that definitely was a kind of a way to go, kiss the ass of that station because they want to. I don't know if they have a fucking TV deal yet. Nothing's ever been said. Nothing's been set in stone. I haven't heard anything. Are they trying to kiss their ass and say that shit? I don't know. But then Willow, she got slapped for saying something. Right? They said, she shouldn't have said that because then, Mercedes Mone slapped her. And then she's able to get her up and she puts Mercedes Mone through that table that they just signed their contracts with the doctor bomb. And man, I loved it. And how about that? Mercedes Mone, she takes her first bump in AEW. About fucking time. I guess we could see that you can take a bump, Mercedes. So I guess we can be like, oh, okay, good. She's good to go. She can wrestle. No, that doesn't prove nothing. Anybody can go through a table. It's about what you do in the ring. We know what she can do in the past. She hasn't done shit in AEW yet. And I hate to say that I don't care about her now in AEW. I was looking forward to it, and I was caring about her when she first got here. She wasn't this affected, voiced, all about a chant, all about dancing and doing this with her hands. She was sincere from the heart, talking to the fans, and she was great in that thing. But then all of a sudden now she's a heel, and now she wants to be that annoying Sasha Banks that I don't like. I hate when she's like, I like when she's a babyface. Because when she's a heel, she tries too hard to be a heel. Doesn't let it come naturally. Like Ronda Rousey, who because a heel, and all Ronda Rousey thought is like, mugging and pretty much telling everybody, I don't want to be here. Look at the shit that she's been saying lately, right? She pretty much buried her career. I don't think anybody's going to sign her to a wrestling contract anymore. Enough about that dumb bitch, but let's move on. Now Dax challenges Okada for the Continental Championship. And regardless of the rules, no one, of course we know that, no one's at ringside. And if anybody interferes, there's going to be fines. But aren't the elite the EVPs, right? They're the EVPs. So it's like they can easily change those rules, right? They're in charge. They haven't been following anything, so they've been going against the rules and taking out people left and right, especially the damn president and CEO and janitor and what do you call it? And cook and because Tony Khan does everything, so he probably does those things too. Of AEW, they took him out. But this thing right here, I mean, it's like this past Collision, it was brought up that Dax faced Tom Billington, the Dynamite Kid. And I find out, because I looked it up as the match was going on, and I go, he's the nephew of Tom Billington, the original Dynamite Kid. At first I thought Tony, because Tony said it, and I thought, man, did Tony have a brain fart? But I don't know if that's his name, or did he take that name up for his uncle? Because if I'm not mistaken, I know that Tom Billington has a daughter. I don't think he has a son, so that's why I was going, it can't be his son, because he don't have one. But he had a match with him, and apparently, compliments all around, and we're seeing these guys slowly but surely, some guys from, the next generation, and we're seeing that over the last couple of decades. We've seen, just a bunch of them coming in, second generation, third generation people. So it's kind of good to see someone from Tom Billington's, the Dynamite Kids lineage, Good to see. But in the end, because we know Dax wasn't going to win, Okada hits the Rainmaker on Dax. But of course, he got low blowed. He's stepping it through the ring, and all you got to do is kick the rope, and it'll hit you right in the crotch. And because Okada got the belt and threw it in the belt, and of course, stupid referee syndrome. Oh, that's what I was trying to say earlier. Well, stupid babyface syndrome, right? I've heard that said before, and that's what it is. He turns around, hooked it, right? Turns it around and forgets that what do you call it's there, or sometimes the music plays of their enemy or whatever, and they're looking. Where's he coming from? How come he's not coming from the stage? And somebody comes from behind and clocks him and stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like I said, he does that, leaves the opening, low blows Dax, and then he's able to hit him with the Rainmaker, and then he picks up a tainted victory, and then the Elite attack. They attack because, of course, they got the advantage. What it calls down to one man, And then, all of a sudden, Seattle's hometown favorite, Darby Allin, shows up to even the sides for Anarchy in the Arena. And how stupid are the commentators? Don't know who said it. Could have been Taz, because he always says something stupid. Something inane. He's a great commentary voice. He makes some good points. But sometimes he says things that you're going, did you just say that? He reminds me of, he's like Booker T is for NXT. He says some dumb things to go along with some good commentary. But it's just like, sometimes you're just like, what did you just say, Taz? Like, are you trying to... What? I'm like, what's going on? People want to say that he's got a great voice for commentating. He was great on SmackDown back in the day. But I don't think he's anywhere near how he used to be. This is me. But then, like this, the first one mentions that they thought Darby was climbing Mount Everest. But Darby Allin canceled that. He ain't doing it. He'd be stupid to do it because he was recovering from an injury. He's probably crazy enough to still want to do it, and I'm sure he's going to do it in the future. That's why I was always wondering how come he had that damn match right before he was going to do it, like a month before or so. And remember how he got even more fucked up? But he didn't get messed up when he went through a glass with that final match with Sting, right? When he went through that damn glass that was set up on the tape on those chairs outside, right? The glass snapping all over the place and all that shit. Probably could have took out one of the people's eyes and sitting on ringside. Forget about them. Fuck them, right? We're just gonna do what we want to do and possibly endanger the audience that's there. There's that. And then they were like wondering if the fourth, who they were like wondering who, if he was like, they're wondering if he was going to be the fourth man, right? They didn't know because he just came. He could have easily just been, I'm going to be there for and go to the aid of, Dax and Cash, stuff like that. And then immediately the graphic shows up confirming it. It didn't even take 1 second. It's like, my effing lord, is AEW inept for that shit? Let it breathe, AEW. Are you that much in a hurry? Are you like so damn like how this generation is where they want everything like that? We put in the Google search, boom, comes up, right? It's like let's be realistic, okay? Let it marinate for a little bit. Maybe it's not sure right now. Then maybe on, you get the news on Collision, or we get the news, the finality, the finalizing of the match on Rampage. I get it, okay? I get it, the script and how the script is. I get it. They have it already set up so that when, somebody comes in without no announcement, happened. Like one of those things where like somebody challenges somebody, and it wasn't even expected. They weren't gonna, make out a graphic for it because nobody knew. A person just did an impromptu challenge, and then all of a sudden, like 5 seconds later, the match has been confirmed. It's been finalized by Tony Khan. I'm like going, how is that possible when it's like somebody over there, Johnny on the spot over there, like this? Okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay, I think he's gonna make a challenge. Type it out, the layout and everything like that. Put the picture, two wrestlers there, and then the words, lay it out, and stuff like that. Hey Tony, I got it set up. Okay, let's see if he. They're not gonna do that. They don't know. And it's like this. They didn't know that he was the fourth man. All of a sudden, there's the graphic that confirms it. Are they trying to let us think that what do you call it? That Darby Allin went back there and said, "Hey, get on that damn graphic because I'm gonna be the fourth man." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Like, again, amateur hour. They just continue to show why, being led by Tony Khan, they're making these type of mistakes. You don't have the graphic ready like that. At least in WWE, it's like it's been talked about for a week or so. These guys don't even wait to go to a commercial break and come back. They couldn't do it here because this was the final segment. But it's like, normally, like in WWE, right after I was complaining about it, that they did the same thing one time, and then on SmackDown, I believe it was, they waited for like a commercial break, which is about 5 minutes, and then they came back. It's confirmed, blah, blah, blah. This match is set. I get it. There's technology. I get it. The editing software and all that stuff, you can get, what do you call it, like that, graphic like that. But not when it's a last minute thing that you never knew about. How are you going to have that prepared and ready? I guess they got some top grade, editing fucking tools there and stuff like that, and an editing damn program. We're able to put all that shit together in a second. I'm talking about a second. One moment they said, is he the fourth man? And then the next graphic, the next second, it's been confirmed. There's Excalibur with his over the top, just elation. I'm like, how did you do that in a second or so? I mean, give me a break. How about they go, is he the fourth man? We need to know. Yeah, hey, no, we're going off air. Excalibur, maybe we'll find out on Rampage or Collision. Then they go off air. No, 1 second later, there it is. There's the graphic. Do you think we're stupid, AEW? I mean, there's some people that look at that and go, or even listen to me and go, man, dude, you're kind of nitpicky, man. I notice these things. You can't be that dumb and let something like that slide and go, that's just part of the program. No, because it doesn't make no damn sense. Especially a situation where they needed a fourth man. They needed somebody that they can have so that they can take on the elite. And then all of a sudden, it's like that. Just instantaneous, there's a damn graphic. Goes to show that they already had it made. And then they had it ready to pop up in order to answer I guess what they're doing is maybe, nowadays people want stuff like that. If that's their way of why they did that, I can understand. I can appreciate that. But still, it doesn't make sense when you do it like that. Because a second later, I don't care what kind of damn money you have. I don't care what kind of a new fandangled programming and editing program you have. You're not going to be able to get it like that quick. No way. Please. If they can do that, more power to them. Money talks, I guess. You're able to get something like that instantaneously makes a graphic. But AEW, the fact that I skipped the matches that had championship eliminator rules on it, because those matches aren't worth watching because they're not going to be anything but predictable. I watched the beginning and then I watched the last part so I can get the finish. Does that make me somebody who's lazy? No. That makes me somebody who is very logical in my sense, because why am I going to waste my time watching those matches? Put some spontaneity in this matches, Don't be so predictable, Tony Khan. It's like every time there's a champion, you have to have an eliminator match that we know, I should say we know, or I know, it's not going to end in the favor of the challenger. Remember, what was that? TBS title? And then Julia Hart, then the champion, defended it against Layla Hirsch. Thinking, Layla Hirsch, as much as she's like Ivy Nile in WWE, she's a little, she's like a little pocket full of, a little pocket of just, intensity, and she's strong for her size, and, she's one of those come from behind kind of, wrestlers and shit. But it's like she's not going to win because how many times have we seen her featured in programming? Nothing. Not really a lot. Maybe on ROH, maybe here and there on Rampage. We knew how that was going to go. And she had a big match coming up against the winner of Willow and Sky Blue, right? I mean, stop insulting our intelligence there, TK. Some of us, not namely me, ain't stupid. I've been watching wrestling since I was 12 years old. My first memory was Hogan beating Sheik, the Iron Sheik, for the WWE title. And then from that moment I was a Hulkamaniac. I remember him in Ultimate Warrior, and we having the Warrior Nation on one side and the Hulkamaniacs on the other side, stuff like that. I've been at this. I know what's going on. When I see something stupid, I'm gonna point it out. There's some others that are like that, and it's great to have them in the internet wrestling community too, at IWC. You're not gonna pull this crap and then make us. Then this is just we're gonna give this to you guys, and you have to accept it. You have to eat this. You have to consume this. If I fucking see something I don't want to eat, I'm pushing it to the side. Don't force feed me your bullshit. A lot of talent in this company, and then a lot of them are being wasted. A lot of them are just being, they're just floating in the damn. And they're just like this, floating around. And they got there's like planes with no landing gear, planes without any kind of a landing, place for them to land. They're just open land. There's no airstrip there, and they're floating around, and they don't know where to land. They can't, so they're just constantly floating around, and there's nothing for them. Tony Khan will for certain people he has an airstrip and a landing thing there so that they can land and safely land and then do their thing. Not for these other people. How many people does he feature every week, really? Ideally, how many people does he feature? 10 people at the most? Same fucking people every damn week? I get it. They're the ones that probably can go and deliver in the ring. But how many really new people are you seeing? Some up-and-comers. I mean, WWE has a bunch of them now showing up and doing their thing now, especially because of the WWE draft, right? Lyra Valkyria, killing it in the damn Queen of the Ring tournament. Carmelo Hayes going to be facing Randy Orton in the next round of what's that, the semis. Right? Ilya Dragunov, although he lost to Jey Uso, robbing us of a match with Gunther, but Ilya Dragunov did good. How many new people in AEW can you name that are rising up in the ranks and just kicking everybody's ass and taking names and all? Taking names, kicking ass and taking names, right? Not one. I don't think one. Right? Who's the closest to a new face that you can? I don't know. Maybe Harley Cameron. She actually can go in that ring. She actually can move. She actually got some good things. She's not running in quicksand, counting her moves and going really slow because, they don't want to break a nail or they don't want to, have their hair pulled. I don't know. There's some wrestlers do that. Some of the female wrestlers do that shit. But her, she's like doing her thing. So that's one right there. How about the Renegades, the Renegade twins, the Renegade sisters? I've seen them here and there, and they're okay. But Harley Cameron is somebody that I want to see more of. Because that's a new face. That's somebody that I can get behind. Oh shit, this girl's new. She has Saraya by her side, and that's probably a good mentor and a good coach in real life. How many times have you seen Saraya? She's probably doing more coaching than anything, producing probably and stuff like that. They're probably preparing her for her life after, her career. It was great to see her come back, but what has she done? She's a one-time AEW Women's Champion, but what was that? Was that anything to, write home about? To tell your mama about? Not really. At least you got that reign. That's all I can say about that. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about AEW Dynamite. Again, they went almost to the top. They're actually at the top of that damn ladder, right? With 2 weeks ago, great. Like I said, it's the best Dynamite, best wrestling show actually about that whole week, and I'm talking over Raw, over SmackDown, even over Backlash, and those were great shows too. And then next week was garbage, and then this week it's garbage. This doesn't have that nasty smell. Last week it was garbage with the smell. This one is just garbage. I don't know what's going on. Nothing but eliminator. Most of them are eliminator matches. Really? You're on the road now and almost there at Double or Nothing, and these are the matches that you have? Yeah, you make the champions look strong, sure, because they got title matches, but it's like I said, we know that those people aren't going to win. So why have them? Anyway, that's my video. So before I end it, I would like to ask for those of you who stopped by and watched this video, please click like if you liked it. Please share, comment, and also subscribe. And also click the bell icon, notification button there, so whenever I upload, you'll get notified and you'll see what I have for you guys to watch. But anyway, that's my video. So for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And until next time, take care, and I will see you in my next video.